Collective for the 28th of September. There has been a lot about boundaries coming up lately in the tarot reads, and with this Knight of Wands, it's mainly this card that's been coming up, talking about boundaries, and you have the courage to uphold your boundaries. Ensure that whenever you build these, you don't leave a bunch of air holes where people can just kind of sneak in or, throw things over the fence or, whatever. It's, you have the courage to build the fence, to build the boundary. It's very important for you right now to uphold that boundary. You may have felt like you were gearing up for war up until this point, which is why you started to build the fence to begin with, but you're tired now, and now you're just kind of waiting for someone to come and try and tear this down, but you're waiting for them, and it feels like someone may be trying to test your boundaries here soon too. Don't be afraid to reassert yourself and reiterate that that's a no-go, and I will not be participating in that. As tired as you are, stick to your guns, and don't be afraid to fire. Ophiuchus for the 28th. So, 28th of September, by the way, we've got the Ace of Cups, and it's in reverse. So, this emotional loss that you may be dealing with, it feels like somebody else was masking up, and they were doing such a good job of it, you were just kind of letting it go. Everything's working out right now, so why should I question it? Why should I look a gift horse in the mouth and constantly kind of begrudge a good situation? Now, it feels like your intuition was still being triggered, and you're kind of disappointed in yourself. You were repressing this idea that, well, there's a catch. There's something else going on, and there's a reason why things aren't normally like this. Like, again, with that vibe from yesterday that I was getting, like you were kind of getting set up before the final fall, like someone was doing something nice for you just so they could ask something almost impossible or like 20 times more difficult of you to help them out with, and this may cause you to lose love for somebody, and there's nothing wrong with having your boundaries up, and it's quite possible that this person just got back in so they could violate it worse than ever. Acknowledge it and do with that what you will. '28th of September for Aries. Ace of Pentacles, slightly out of focus, not as bad as it normally is, but there we go. With the Ace of Pentacles, it feels like you may be finally having that financial breakthrough that you have been looking for. Now, oddly enough, I don't think this is money coming into you. I think this is just you being financially settled enough to where you can deal with bills, deal with any kind of issues like brakes or oil changes or something like that, that are going to come up. So, yesterday you had the Star, and now you know what it is that you have in your hand. You know what you can work with, and you know what kind of resources that you can truly rely on. These are your manifestations coming in, and there may be a little bit more coming in, but it's more important that you focus on what you have now and how you use it. Use it practically. Taurus for the 28th of September. The Sun, finally getting something that you want, some kind of wish fulfillment, I still want to say, because the Sun is a star, and if you were looking for an answer, I do believe you're going to find it today. So do not be afraid to look on the brighter side of life, and looks like you will have something to celebrate, whether it's something you've been waiting for, some answer, some kind of solution. It does look like you'll be getting it today. Some form of completion that you've been really anticipating, and it's gonna come in and suddenly click. So September 28th for Gemini. We have the High Priestess, and something may not look that clear to begin with, but then it's going to pop into focus. Almost as though someone had you checking your morality, and you know what? You were right. You were right to make the decision that you made, and it was kind of like someone's over there trying to see if they can trigger you maybe, or like they know how to read your mind almost, but no, you know what? They don't. They don't know how to read your mind. They don't know even how to read your face. So just kind of go about the way you were doing things, and disregard any kind of judgment or self-opinionated individuals around you. You are making the right choice for you, and I don't think they'd make the right choice for you. So stand your ground. September 28th for Cancer. Yeah, and we've got the Ten of Swords. So with the Ten of Swords, guys, today you are going to be realizing that any issues that you've been dealing with, it can't possibly get any worse. The only way for this to change or for this to move is going to be to improve. So look towards recovery, regeneration, whether that means taking a nap, taking the day off, or just doing what others consider brain rotting, but for you it's recharging. Go ahead and focus on that, and just kind of allow things to play out how they're supposed to at this point. September 28th for Leo. The Knight of Pentacles. Are you awaiting orders, Leo? It's quite possible that you don't have much direction right now, and that's why you're kind of sitting in this position like you're waiting for something. Have you been directing your life effectively, and have you been acting responsibly, or have you just been following orders? If you've been here before, you know I have an issue with the Knights, because they're always working on somebody else's direction, doing something for somebody else, doing something because somebody else allows them to, and how limited they are or can be because of that. They know enough to keep themselves protected in the armor and to have their own way in and out of a situation. However, the reason why they may be there is not their own, usually, and they're not reaping all the rewards of the work that they're putting in. So take a look at what it is that you're waiting for, and where it is that your hard work has been getting you, and if you've been getting what you want out of the work that you've been putting in. September 28th for Virgo. With the Page of Cups, offering someone something could be coming a little bit late. Someone could be offering this to you, or you could be offering it to someone else. A cup of love, a cup of understanding. Yeah, I think there's a reason why this is being offered, regardless of who it is that's offering it. And if you get kind of weird looks and kind of a no thank you, I'm good reaction to something that you're giving someone, yeah, you may want to understand where it is that they're coming from. Now, the Page of Cups is someone who is looking for creative opportunities, and just because you think that you have one somewhere doesn't mean that you do, or think that you should have one there, because it feels like there's a lot of naivety to this, and while there are possibilities, it also feels like you're trying to skip steps. 28th of September for Libra. Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's much more important for you to be given to yourself right now and ensuring that you are in tip-top shape. It feels like you could have something big coming around the corner that you're going to really want to be in kind of peak performance for, and even though you may be kind of well, Libra's normally giving to this. Libra's normally front and center, you know, whenever this is going on. It's fine that you're not right now. It really is. And as social as Libra can be, you don't have to be that person 24/7. So take a break from it and come back and realize who it is that you are, and it will help you deal with some of this. I'm not really sure what it is yet, but you do have something big around the corner, so. '28th of September for Scorpio. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, so while you may seem to be in luxury to other people, it's only because you've been focusing on yourself and taking care of yourself. There's nothing wrong with that, and it feels like somebody else is looking at you like, well, yeah, but they're wearing the same clothes that they were yesterday, or they're wearing the same outfit that they wore last week, and, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, because it's called doing laundry. And Scorpio, you do seem like you are like one of the more stable, more, now this is just to me and I'm a Cancer, but you do seem like you're one of the more stable, like very to the point, decision-making signs of the zodiac. And I don't think you've been living beyond your means. I think somebody else has, and they're looking at what you have, and instead of seeing things the way you seem to have been seeing them, like as investments, as long-term investments, things that you need to keep around, they're going through a lot of disposable things, and that's why they're looking at you like, well, you still got that, and you still got that, and, well, you must be like replenishing that somehow. It's like, no, I just haven't burned through it yet. Sagittarius for the 28th of September. Sagittarius, here we go, the 1111 card. Finally passing through a portal that you feel like you should have passed through a long time ago. Something is working out in your favor right now, and going with the flow over the past few days has turned in your favor. However, you could kind of feel like you're coming to the end of a journey, and you still want the adventure, you want the challenge, you want the... You've always wanted the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but now that you've got it, it's like, okay, now what do I reach for? Don't forget to set new goals and realize that just because you reached one does not mean that you have to leave it behind. You can then work with it and utilize it to reach for other things, other opportunities. You don't have to leave everything behind just because you feel like you've reached a point of completion with it. '28th of September for Capricorn. We've got the Lovers and the Upright. So a union, some kind of idea that you are going to be partnering with someone else to, you're choosing to partner with someone else to get to a conclusion, to deal with an issue, and it will help you move on in the long run. So that doesn't mean that this has to be a romantic kind of situation. It's likely that you just have to present your personal values in a situation and realize that the other person is a whole damn person. You know, they have their own life experience, their whole, a whole mind network of ideas and conclusions that they've drawn throughout their life as well, and they have a reason for saying the things that they say, and it seems like you two will be able to, or maybe even you with a group of people, will be able to come to the realization about a common goal and start to move on that common goal. '28th of September for Aquarius. keeping secrets isn't getting anybody very far, and it's because they're carrying a lot. They need to make sure that they're leaving everything right exactly how they found it, but still make it out of there alive and with what they came for. Somebody's not doing that. Somebody wasn't doing that, and they realized they were getting caught in the act, so they just decided that they were going to kind of give up the ghost and say, hey, yeah, this is why, and this is how, and they may even be trying to set up that they were a victim in this, like they had no choice but to be a part of this, but I don't think that's the case. I think there was a choice that they had to make, but they chose to do their best to cover their own ass in another situation. And giving to whatever this is, this whole calamity, this deception, was supposed to allow the other person to help them keep their secret in relation to that. And I don't know, if you're being told everything, no you're not. No you're not. There's still a few things that are in their back pocket that they're not willing to let go of. Pisces for September 28th. Three of Pentacles, right? And of course it's got to be in the reverse. You could have aligned yourself, or actually I think somebody else may be trying to align with you, and it's just not working out because I don't think you want to be here. I don't think you want to be involved in this situation at all, and yet people keep associating things with you, expecting you to do part of this or do part of that, and you're over there just trying to work alone and get through something and get to a point of completion on your own project. And the other person, you're failing because you keep getting distracted, and the other person or people that you're around seem to be blaming their lack of progress on you, like they're waiting for you to come in all gung-ho and be a part of this and get things done. It's like, if it's their project and it means so much to them, why aren't they working on it? Why are they waiting on you? Since you obviously are not working on it with them, why are they waiting on you? Beware of someone associating